We had a couple busted assignments, but for the most part, guys were giving a lot of effort, which is what we harped on during the week, and just guys responding to adversity. You know, there's a lot of third downs, a lot of bad special teams things that went on, but we responded. So that's what we could ask for.
What do you remember from your last trip to Manhattan to take on Kansas State?
I know it wasn't a pretty game. Yeah, I mean, they're a real disciplined team. They got athletes, you know, they got size for sure. So, I don't know. That was a long time ago. But I remember Tyler Lockett for sure.
Where did you see improvement with the defense from last week to what you saw on Thursday night?
Like I said, effort. Guys wanting to make plays rather than, you know, expecting somebody else to make a play. I felt like everybody was, you know, focused on what they had to do. Everybody was, you know, knew their assignments pretty well and got off the field on third down.
What's the biggest difference in Kansas State's offense compared to some of the other looks that you've gotten from other teams this year?
They're not going to spread it out as much. They're going to, you know, run it down your throat. They're going to put a lot of guys in the box. Their quarterback's an athlete too. You know, he's going to run the ball too. And they're very unpredictable. They do a bunch of different stuff. So they're well coached, and that's the biggest difference. They don't have much tendency.
Has that changed all the way that you guys are going to be practicing this week?
Or? Like I said, it just goes down to guys knowing their assignments, knowing where their eyes are supposed to be. Because if your eyes are in the wrong place, they'll definitely hit you with a pop pass over the middle or, you know, hit you on a double move on the outside.
How important is it against a K-State team that'll probably try to kind of lull you to sleep with the run, to just stay honest and you'll be careful from them hitting you over the top?
Yeah, like I said, you have to have your eyes in the right place at the right time. Like I said, they don't have much tendencies. They like to switch it up. So it's, you know, it's important that every guy's doing the job every play. Knowing exactly where you're supposed to be, knowing what gap you have, and then just filling the hole whenever you have to, making plays when you have to.
You think where you were most proud of the defense last week was given the short fields that y'all were, you know, given at times and kind of being able to bow your neck a little bit?
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, Coach has been on us. You know, we haven't played our best football yet, and last week was, you know, a piece to that puzzle. So every week we're trying to get better and just continue to play hard.
What does your best football look like in your mind?
A lot of turnovers, a lot of tackles for loss, a lot of points on the board. Just everybody making plays.
How challenging is it, in your experience, when you were a younger player, just mentally talking about Kansas State and how they constantly change up the looks, to kind of go through a whole game of, you know, staying on edge like that? I imagine that just is fatiguing mentally. What's the key for some of these younger players to be able to overcome that?
Studying throughout the week. You know, guys watching film on their own, not just coming in here and watching it with the coaches, but actually, you know, applying themselves outside, off the field. And like I said, just staying in that film. You can't watch enough film, knowing what this guy's going to do on this play or even people's footwork. So studying outside the week and practicing hard.
Is there a difference in Manhattan and some different places that you've traveled in road games throughout your career? Just small little town in Kansas that, you know, seems to show out, you know, similar to some other stadiums when there's really nothing around there?
Yeah, I mean, they have a nice stadium, real big stadium. What I can remember is that they're real family oriented. That's what they have, something about family on their stadium. But it's a nice stadium. They always have a lot of fans out there, a lot of support from, you know, all Kansas really. So we're excited to play out there.
I don't really see it as a difference, though. They both are very hard workers, especially on and off the field. You know, Nick and Pat, they work out together in the weight room, so they push each other each and every day. So I don't feel like it's a difference between them two.
As a receiver, is there a change in the offense when Pat's in there versus when Nick's in there?
No, sir. I think the play call is the same, just because we have a lot of faith in Nick. Because, like I said, he's a hard worker. He's a good kid on and off the field. So I don't think it's changed the play calling.
Jonathan, as much success as you've had here early, do you think that opposing teams might start game planning for you or start to double you or make things harder for you?
I think so. We noticed in the Kansas game in the second half they started to double team me more, but I mean it helps out just because we have so much great talent throughout the other receivers, such as Willis is doing great, Cam, and then even Ian and Devin Lauderdale. So I feel like even though they double team me, we still have a lot of other players who can make plays.
How did they go about doubling you the other night?
They had a nickel over me, and then they had the safety over top.
Jonathan, how much pressure do you feel like you guys take on yourselves as a wide receiving unit and the rest of the offense, if it is Nick, in fact, that ends up being the starter, just to try to help him out as much as you can and alleviate what could be a first start for him?
We don't feel like there's no pressure. It actually is pretty fun just because we know that Nick is going to give everything he got on the field. So for us, is to do the same thing to him, is get everything we got for him.
Did you guys notice on tape when Pat went out and Nick came in, the offense, just generally speaking, more players were playing better in that moment? It seemed like you guys started to score a little bit more.
Right, that's something we noticed in film. It's just because, when Nick came out there, he was so hype and energetic. He had a great attitude, so we all was like, whoa, let's keep it going then. So it was fun.
Have you talked to Patrick?
Yes, ma'am.
How's he feeling?
Well, he's feeling good. It's something that he always have a positive attitude. So I mean, he's feeling good. He's still smiling.
Jonathan, the slant route that you scored a touchdown on the other night, was that the same play that you scored on against Louisiana Tech?
Oh, no, sir. It's a little different. It was against Louisiana Tech. It was more of a run-pass situation. In that situation, it was just a straight slant route.
You ran the same route, didn't you?
Yes, sir. It was the same route.
What was the excitement level when Nick came in? More about you guys knew that you were all going to have to rise up a little bit, or was it something that he did or said?
It was something he said. He was just like, let's keep it rolling. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of person Nick is. He's always that person like to bring energy to the team. So when he came out on the field, he was like, just keep it going. So we all fed behind that.
Nick came in. He made some pretty impressive passes, but from your standpoint, were there even some throws that he made that impressed you that maybe you see in practice, but actually seeing it in a game, in a live situation, it was a little bit different?
Oh, it was fun to watch him play. I think one of the plays that impressed me is when he was rolling to the right and he threw it across his body back to me coming across the middle of the field. I think that was pretty impressive.